She is A-OK, ready to go. 1954 factory shifter. I'm not Mike Finnegan, I'm not Jesse James. I'm more of a Tommy boy when it comes to fabrication. Today I'm putting a shifter in the Bel Air. You know, it runs, so I gotta make it move now. It's the next logical step. Who needs floors and all that jazz? Well, clearly I forgot to empty the memory card on this thing, so that's awesome. Whew, I am on a roll. Okay, anyways, maybe I can use the old original shifter somehow. I mean, this is the stock shifter that would go on the steering column. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know yet. This is literally gonna be me winging it and figuring it out as I go. Like every video of mine, basically. I kind of like the idea of using the original shifter if I can figure out how to tie everything together that I want to tie together. And that way I'm not covering up my glorious transmission tunnel cover, because I want him to be fully exposed and visible. You know, and then there'll be seats here and stuff, but whatever. So I might try and see if I can make that Colin shift vintage thing work. I don't know. I'm gonna try though. Let's get shifty.
You gotta get swifty.
Yeah. I think I kind of have a... What the hell was that? I'm sure it's fine. I think I kind of have a tentative plan here. I'm just gonna kind of start taking things apart and putting things together and see what happens, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, there should totally be another screw for that. Nope. Well, I specifically remember putting all the screws in the magnet tray this morning, and lo and behold, I still lost one. I don't know why. Whatever. It'll either turn up. Oh, there it is. How the hell did you get in there? Haha. Told you I knew where it was. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, so initial thoughts, it's not gonna work the way I had intended to without like changing my entire steering column and mount, and I'm not doing that. There's just not enough room. So to make this work, I need all of this room from there all the way to here. And I don't have that kind of room here. So I'm not scratching this idea yet. I just gotta figure out the better solution, maybe? Best solution? Maybe I can just mount this shifter directly to this steering column and adapt this to that. I mean, I'm not against it. I really don't have these great preconceived plans laid out on what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna do it. I know some people don't believe that, but it's true.
It's damn true.
10 7/16, right to the point of that. That's gonna be fun to set back up. I even drew a little doodle so I remembered where I measured to. I'll probably still be confused. Alright, can we incorporate old with new? Or old with less old? And I could easily make up a plate, weld that plate to the side of the steering column, graft this onto this shifter, and that part would work. It's just a matter of whether I can make the rest of it work. Maybe I need to put the steering column back up in there and see what I got for room. Yeah, I think that's the ticket. This sure would go a lot easier for me if I would remember, or if I would think far enough ahead in the building process as to what I'm gonna do for a shifter while I'm building the steering column. I wonder what I did with those nuts. I'm sure they're in there. Yeah, I don't like this part. I don't like this part at all. Maybe it'll be easier now that that's out of the way. Honestly, that's way easier now that I can take that cluster out of there. 10 times easier. Where's my nuts? This steering column's been out a long time, and if I only lost one nut, I think I'm okay with that. Hell, there's a chance that I could have lost it the second I took it out and don't remember. Definitely not gonna lose any sleep over it. Yeah. That was not nearly as miserable as I was expecting. I planned it that way. All right, where was I? Shifter, that's where I was, shifter. And the GoPro saga continues. See the red light flashing, but nothing's doing anything. Touchscreens, nothing's working. So that probably didn't record anything I was doing. So that's awesome. Plasma cut a small section of sheet metal plate. I don't know what the thickness is, don't really care. So I can make an attachment point for the shifter. My goal is to riv nut this. I'm hoping I have the right size riv nuts that work with the stock bolts. I should probably find the stock bolts now that I say that out loud. And that way I can take it and just slap that on the side of the column where I want it and weld it on, and this will bolt right to that and we're golden. I probably should do these one at a time to not screw them up. Otherwise I'm gonna screw them up, aren't I? I didn't leave myself a whole lot of room on that one. We should probably do that one first, just in case. Yep, we're doing that one first. Oh, there goes my marker. That's just great. So I'll give the GoPro another go. I gotta work with what I got here, folks. Moving on. I actually have riv nuts for the stock screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them. So that works. Boy, I don't know if I should not much material up there. I don't know how big of a hole I need for this. So I'm gonna do what I always do, wing it. Oh, I'm nervous, I'm gonna run out of material. Super nervous. Please be enough. I mean, we are like, I did not plan that very well. I mean, I'm no professional, but I'm pretty sure that should have more there, but I'm sure it's fine. And it probably should go like a little bit bigger, but I'm not. Nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it at all. I should have just moved it over a little bit. Well, I do not know why, but the GoPro failed yet again. I don't know what's going on with that thing. Nonetheless, I did get all the riv nuts in. The original screws aren't gonna work because they're too short with the way the riv nuts are. The threads are set way back in here, so I'm gonna have to get longer bolts. So I just found some miscellaneous stuff I had laying around the garage and I put them in there for now just to mock it all up. This will essentially end up here. Just gonna weld it to the side here, and then the cable will run up underneath the dash and connect right there. There's plenty of cable. The cable's like that's the cable way back there. So there's plenty of cable. I'm not gonna use the stock 2003 Chevy handle because that's just going too boring for me. Boring! The 54 Bel Air shifter and fabbing that onto the new shifter. I'm kind of vibing on the whole old and new blended together kind of thing going on here. So maybe that'll happen. I don't know yet. It's getting late. I gotta go get cleaned up. I gotta work tomorrow. So I'm gonna think on it, come back with fresh eyes, and hopefully a camera that works, and try again.
The next day.
I'm just gonna weld that piece on there that I made up and just glue that to the side of the steering column. Somehow I gotta figure out the best location for this and get this attached securely with enough clearance for everything. So maybe we'll just get it tacked on for now, and then we'll make the handle, because it would be really embarrassing if I made the handle after getting this fully welded and it didn't work with the steering wheel. So yeah, definitely gonna figure out where this needs to go as best I can, get it tacked on, and go from there. I just got home. I should probably take a nap. I gotta get some things done because I gotta go back at midnight tonight. You gotta make hay while the sun shines, right? Did we decide where we want this? Probably not. Did I bring a marker with me? Probably not. Did I lose the marker I had last time? Probably. Good thing I leave them laying all over the place. Perfect.
It's science.
Ow. We're just gonna scoot it back just a smidge so I got clearance. Because this, I don't know how much pivot room I'm gonna have for whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. I probably should have ground this down first. That would have been really smart to do, actually. Let's do that. I even brought the grinder with me and I still didn't do it. I told you, I'm trying to get better. I cleaned off the paint for more than doodling. It's so it welds better, actually. We'll get her close. I mean, the 10mm socket's right here, so I might as well use the correct tool, I guess. Do you think I can clamp that so I don't gotta try and hold it, set it up, and weld it all at the same time? I'm gonna try. I would say my success rate on this whole endeavor is pretty good, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm betting on me. Way too much. Still too big. Nope. Getting closer. I mean, it's kind of staying. It wants to fall. I don't like that. So maybe I just get my gloves on and my helmet, and I'll just use that as like an extra hand to help balance. Yep, it's gonna work. Trust you me. This is gonna work. No, not guaranteed. Odds are good. Yeah, that's not working at all. You know, round peg and square hole type stuff going on here. Plan B? Plan B is we just hope for the best. I don't know how else to hold it there for me. Completely missed twice. Oh, nope, I didn't completely miss. This mounting hole back here is too low, and the bolt, if it goes through, is gonna hit the steering column, so that ain't gonna work. Come on, work with me. Believe it or not, this is not really a great spot to get at for welding. Should be okay. I don't know that it needs any more than that, does it? Oh, that's hot. That was dumb. Woo-wee! That is just too warm to deal with. I'm sure all that water falling in there is fine. At least it's not scalding hot to the touch now. I'm sure that's okay, got water in it. That's the wrong test hole. Nope, that's the wrong one. What the heck? That's good enough. I need to get bolts. All right, and this is the factory cable. Look how long this damn thing is. Damn! I suspect there's a right and a wrong way for this. I also suspect I don't know it. Oh, this is gonna work slicker than dog shit. We need to salvage more parts. This little doohickey right here, this little guy, not this guy, this little guy. That cable just kind of clips in there, and it holds that from moving on its own. So we need that piece, or at least part of it. What just fell? It doesn't matter. I don't need it. If I just go, psh, psh, it'll fall off. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Now, as long as I can do this without massacring that, we should be golden. I don't know where I'd get another one other than a junkyard. And that would require taking out a steering column. You know what? As I say that, this is why I'm always learning. I'm glad I thought about this before I started cutting. I'm just gonna cut the whole section of tube out. I don't need to take this. I'm just gonna, yeah, duh, genius. I don't need to take the bare minimum. Take as much as I want. That wasn't expected. Are we done? Are we gonna behave? Let's point that away from me. There's some weird inner liner thing. I don't know what it is, but it's extremely flammable, and boy does it stink. It stinks real bad. Was not expecting that. Let's hope that's the end of that excitement. I mean, that was close is all I'm saying. Might as well cool it off is you know, I gotta dip it in the snow. It's nature's dip tank. If you live in the snow regions, you understand. And we'll see where this looks like it's gonna fit up in there. Hopefully that radius is good enough that it'll work. Or we'll just trim it down some more, I guess. It'll be fine. It's not a big deal. No, I am not sure this is gonna work. This is gonna go roughly here-ish once I get the cable on and figure out my distance stuff. And I mean, angles and geometry and science. I cross my fingers, I guess. Hope for the best. I still didn't figure out which way this is supposed to go on. I'm sure there's a right and a wrong way because it looks different on both sides. Oh, maybe it doesn't look that different. Just one side's dirtier than the other. So I bet it doesn't even matter. Well, that's highly inconvenient. Yeah, this is one of those things that Simon doesn't account for. My steering column mount is making me run a little short here. But you know what I think I can do? I mean, how short are we? Let's find this out. Let's do some mathematication. We're about 1.5 inches too short. Uh-oh, hand stuck. What if, can a guy put it through backwards? Is that an option? Am I gonna get yelled at by the safety police? I mean, is there any reason that won't work? I don't see one. Nobody's here to tell me it won't work. We're just gonna put some tacks on it and test it. Are you up in park? Table's all the way in. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Stop staring at it, Simon. Just do it. Okay. I should have learned to be a contortionist. All right. Just gonna put a tack up there. That's it, just a tack. Okay, so just a couple tacks. Not sure what's sizzling or where. I think that'll work. It's a little difficult because I don't have any leverage because I got no handle on there, but, oh, you know what? Actually, let me just stuff this in there. It's the damn steering wheel, and you can't put it in backwards. This is super convenient. I'm sure it's fine. What do I do for a handle though? What's the plan there? I don't know how this is even attached.
A few moments later.
So after lots of thinking, planning, nope, that's a lie. So after lots of trial and error, nope, that's also a lie. After just starting to cut some things apart and piece things together and see what would work, I think I have a plan. I got the 54 Bel Air shifter apart with minimal hacking to my surprise. And then I just cut the end off of the Silverado shifter. Note that that coating on the shifter is not rubber and it's a hard plastic and you gotta grind it off. It doesn't just peel off. In my head I had visions of just putting a slit in it and just peeling it. It doesn't do that. Figure out exactly the placement I want of this shifter, burn the two of them together. It's a done deal. Home run. Move on to the next thing. Or probably go back and finish weld everything first and then move on to the next thing. This should be pretty basic. I'm hoping I can just get a tack on this and then I can pull it out of here and put some more welds on it so I don't wreck anything in this department. I'm hoping it's gonna clear my gauge bezel. No, I didn't test fit. I should probably test fit that. That would be the smart thing to do. Plenty of room, not even more. Well, as per usual, GoPro failed me right at the time of need. I got her on. It's pretty straight. It's whatever. It's a little crooked, but I don't care at this point. I'm content with it, and it even works. We have full gear selector. Oh, you know, I could probably bring you over here now with this new lens. I don't know, we're gonna find out. I don't really know. But with this new lens, you're further away now. It might work better. Let's have a look. So there it is, installed. It goes through all the gears just fine. Just like it would be in a normal vehicle. It's kind of hard to hold the camera and do this because I can't get up and I got no floors and no seats, so I can't get up in there. Oh, my battery might be dead. No, or something's disconnected. Hold on, let me check.
10 seconds later.
Something was disconnected, all right. My gauge cluster. Now I don't have the park symbol. I don't know why. It's probably something with that park neutral sensor switch. I don't know. But I have everything else. I did. I don't anymore. I don't know what happened. I had them all. I had reverse drive. You know what? I'm done today. I'm just done. I'm tired. I'm gonna go get some sleep. We'll get back after it tomorrow. Sometimes the guy's gotta know when to take a step back and take a breather. And that is right now.
The next day.
So just a quick recap here of what I got going on, because I pulled a bunch of stuff apart. Again, it's what I do when I freak out about shit not working after it was working, because it was working and then it stopped working, but now it is working again. I don't know why. I started pulling wires out of loom. I put a new PMP switch in because there was a PMP, your shift select switch, I don't know if you can see, it's down. It's right there, that thing down there. There's a chance I may have shorted the other one out and I wasn't sure if it was still operational. Turns out it was, but whatever, it's got a new one in it now, so that's cool. So, what was the problem? I have no idea. I honestly think I didn't have the plug pushed in tight enough in there. It wasn't tight enough, I think is my problem. I don't know though, but it's working now. Watch, it probably won't work again. See? Just like it's supposed to. I also ended up went and got a new cable. Yeah, they're way longer than they need to be for my application, but whatever, I'll deal with it. Turns out when I bought this truck, I had issues getting it all the way up into park sometimes. It didn't want to go up into park, and that would cause problems for obvious reasons, like rolling down the street when you didn't want it to. Turns out down here, where it clips in, you can kind of see it right there. That looked like it had been smashed with something, I have no idea, and that was bent. The clips on the cable were broken and the holder was missing. So I got a new cable, straightened all that out. Now we shift mint. Perfect, no problems. So that all works now. I got it all buttoned up. It's got bolts in it. It's got the correct length bolts in it now. It's kind of hard to show you in here, but she is A-OK. Ready to go. 1954 factory shifter. Adapted to the 2003 shift stuff. Whatever. I also got the drive shaft in for the front. I still got to tie my wiring mess up from trying to figure out the gauge cluster issue. So that's awesome. So that just leads us to the rear drive shaft.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!